Republican National Committee Chairman Michael Whatley. I don't even know where to begin. Michael, great to see you. The American people absolutely love this. 61% of people want to downsize government. President Trump's numbers are maybe the highest they've ever been in terms of his approval rating. And these people are only trying to hide where our money has gone. That is it.
The Democrats are doing everything they can to defend the indefensible. The fact that they are on the streets arguing against we're trying to find out waste, fraud, and abuse is absolutely amazing to me. President Trump has found the 75% of a 75-25 issue, and the Democrats are reflexively going to the opposition. There is no defense for what they have uncovered at USAID, at FEMA, at all of the other agencies that they've gone into and they've looked at, and the American people know it. This is a very popular exercise right now, and it's one reason that Donald Trump is doing so well in the polls. The other is, on every other front that he campaigned on, he is actually delivering. Promises made, promises kept is not just a campaign slogan for him. It's a management style that he absolutely lives and breathes.
Look, do the Democrats just not care anymore? Because that's what I'm hearing here. It's not tone deaf. They deliberately just don't care about the issues that align with the voters, with the American people.
They will find any issue that the president is going to support, they will oppose. Any issue the president opposes, they will support. The fact is, Donald Trump got a mandate out of this election cycle. He had a very big win, and it was very, very popular what he was running on. Democrats should be embracing this. Every American family, every American community wants to be safe. We need southern borders that are going to be restored. We need to rebuild our economy. We need to be strong and a leader on the world stage. That's why Donald Trump won, because he was speaking to the issues the voters care about. And the Democrats' reflexive opposition right now is why their party is in complete free fall. They do not have any leadership. They have absolutely no ideas. In this election cycle, yes, they had two really bad messengers, but at core, they had a really bad message.
But what Doge is doing, and they seemingly hate Elon Musk even more than they hate President Trump. But this is money that was siphoned out of Americans' pockets by the IRS, and it's been squandered by these liberal lunatics and the bureaucrats who genuflect before them. And they will fight with venom and vitriol and an unimaginable number of lawsuits to keep Americans in the dark. That is what is so absolutely astonishing to everyone, that they just don't want Americans to see what they're up to.
They absolutely do not. You know, and you will know a man by his enemies. And look at who is absolutely kicking and screaming over this are the beneficiaries of all of this spending. And the fact is, it needs to be cut off. We need to make sure that we know where the tax dollars are going and that they're going to be led on target for the American priorities that Donald Trump laid out in this campaign.
Oh, they're just getting started. Yep. Look out. Doge is going to Doge. Michael Whatley, great to see you.
It's good to see you, too.